Okay, and so I told you about the envelopes that were on the other screen, which, oh, right here, the envelopes. If you go into the shop, then if there's an envelope on that main screen, there'll be one here and it'll tell you there's an email. So it just means that when you go over here, down here, this is called the action records, and there'll be an email from the shopper right here. So that's what the envelope means. So this is the main screen, and here's your shop number. Here's the name of the community, its address. Um, Whenever you have to make a phone call to the property because you have to redo a phone call, you'll use the recorded call line if it's a recorded phone call. And here is the phone number you'll use and the recorded code that they'll ask you to put in. So if they are asking you to that shopper to ask for a specific person or shop a specific person, their name will be right here. Who was actually spoken to on the phone, their name will be here, and who was actually shopped on site, their name will be right here. If the shop does not require a phone call, which it says this is the specific instructions, it says do not call this community at all. That's why there's an NA here. And you see that over here, it shows that they still made a phone call because it says attached audio found. So we'll just delete that later. Here is how much the shopper is getting paid for the assignment. And then here is the specific instructions. Usually they're kind of lenient on if they don't follow this, but you always need to email your team leader to ask if you find that the shopper did not follow these instructions, just to make sure we can still accept this shop. Right here is the type of shop. Usually it's going to be a recorded call, and then usually there is at least name guest tracking, which means they track the names of who calls in to their communities. This is the date promised. This is the shopper's name. So you can click on them and all their information comes up here. Right here is how many stars they have, which tells you what we rate them as a shopper. The shops they've completed. This person has completed 15 telephone on-site shops. And this is the max number that they can complete. If there's any specific properties that they are not allowed to shop, management companies, because they've shopped too many times or because the property management has asked us not to have that shopper shop them anymore, that name will be right here. Additional information, just more information about them. The current assignments, other shops they have assigned right now. When they sign up to be a shopper, they have to go through these little videos to show them what to do, and this is just showing that they've done that. You don't ever really have to go to referral history. And then their logbook. Whenever you're done editing a report, if they did a really great job or if it was a really difficult report to edit, then you'll want to come over here to their logbook and add an entry, which you'll just click here. And if you just type in the shop number and then put a little bit of information about what happened, either they did a really great job or it was hard to edit their report because of poor grammar or whatever the thing is, you can just, whatever you think other editors should know about that shopper with, being professional, you'll just put there. So then this right here is their backup, which is right here, upload backup. For every shop, you want to make sure that they have backup. And you'll click this right here. And then you'll see she got the business card. So you want to make sure the name of the community and the person matches who and where she was supposed to shop. And you want to click on all of these to make sure they all are appropriate for this particular community. Okay, and so then also on that screen, shopper contract specifications. If you want to know when they can shop, because if it's like a Monday through Friday, it'll tell you right here. It also tells you on the main screen, but just if you need extra clarification. And if they've shopped any community with that management company, it'll be listed right here. Some of them, they don't want them shopping the same community within a 12-month period or 6-month period or whatever it is, and you can check there where when else they shopped that community or that management company. Let's see. I think that's it for this thing that you'll usually check. You don't use that and you don't use that. This tells you the management company, which is CWS. This is their due date. You don't really need to mess with any of this. You won't usually. Oh, here, anytime. When can they shop? Anytime. Then this is the action records, and it will tell you all the communication that the staff has had with the shopper. So you go all the way down, and the first person that was assigned was Gregory Rich. Well, you can see that he didn't end up continuing, so then Diane got the shop, picked up the shop, and she did complete it. It tells you when they called, how many times they called, how long their phone call was. And then Jenny is in our check-in department, and she communicates with the shoppers about getting the reports done. And then follow-up, which is a question in the shop, is right here. You can see that the shopper received a telephone follow-up call on February 28th and a follow-up email on February 27th. So you probably want to check that after you edit the report because sometimes the shoppers don't add that. So I think that's it for the main page. Okay, and while we're on the main page, I'll show you what you would need the rest of this for. If you need to go back and find a shop by the shop number, you can come up here and click Find Shop. And then right here it says shop number, so you can just type in the shop number and the shop should come up in case you accidentally lost the shop but you have the shop number. I think that's it for the main page, so I'll start a new video tutorial with how to actually begin editing.